So I'd like to tell you a little bit about our guest conductor tonight. Each year our directors get together and we think about who would provide the best experience for your children. Originally from New York, Tom Phillips moved to California and grew up in Norwalk, where he learned to play the trumpet in the 6th grade. He was inspired by his music teachers to go on and get his bachelor's degree from Cal State Fullerton. He actually did his student teaching here in the Anaheim Union High School District at Dale Junior High and at Cypress High School when he was learning to become a teacher. He's taught several places, but has been the longest at his recent location at Mayfair High School in his hometown of Lakewood. He's been awarded Teacher of the Year twice and has also received Teacher of the Year from the Bellflower School District as well. You'll be able to see Tom with the 605 All-Star Band in this year's 2025 Tournament of Roses Parade on New Year's Day. He was one of the big people in putting that group together. I'm also proud to serve on the board of directors of the Southern California School Band and Orchestra Association with Tom. He is the current vice president of festivals for that organization. All of our directors have had the pleasure of watching him work his magic with your children over the last 4 days. And you're really going to enjoy the great results of that tonight. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to our guest conductor tonight, Mr. Tom Phillips. Anyone who's worked with middle school students can tell you that you don't often know what group of students you're going to see from one day to the next. Our first piece, Counterbalance by Todd Stalter, explores the world of musical opposites, which are very similar. Long against short, soft against loud, smooth against angular. In other words, it's a great reflection of junior high students. Enjoy. Before we continue tonight, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge your child's band directors who have done all the work in the last 2 years or year in preparing them to get to this point. And most of them are here this evening. I'd like them to stand briefly. From Ball Junior High School, Mr. Nate Wilson. From Brookers Junior High, Ms. Marisol Morales. From Dale Junior High School, Mrs. Jody Urquidez. From Orange View Junior High, Mrs. Joy Reyes. From Oxford Junior High, Miss Deanna Miner. From South Junior High, Mr. Tom Fonseca. From Sycamore Junior High, Mr. Richard Gordon. From Walker Junior High, Mrs. Heather Massey. My name is Steve Graves. I'm the director of Lexington Junior High School. To thank these two people who, without their hard work, a lot of the things that we get to do wouldn't be coming to fruition, and those are our coordinators. Our VAPA coordinator, Brian Belsky. And our Performing Arts Program Specialist, Scott Dominguez. We want to thank them for their support. Alright, so this next piece features these 3 gallant tunes that are intertwined by Ranger Mike Story to create the Wild Westerns. Enjoy these famous themes from 3 classic Western films. The Magnificent Seven, How the West Was Won, and Silverado. You can almost hear the horses and feel the grit of the Old West come to life. wow, that just makes you think about, a vast, big country. When one thinks of the country, one might think about capital cities. You think about capitals, you might think about Washington, D.C., Sacramento, places like that. But what's often referred to as one of the first capital cities in America is actually the city of Española. And the city of Española was settled by Spanish conquistadors in 1598. I had to look that one up. It's believed to have been named Española by the railroad workers. At the time of railroad construction, there was a small restaurant in the area nicknamed La Española. And Timothy Loest has captured the flavor of this town with a full band tango from beginning to end, with strong bass lines, lilting woodwinds, and percussion, authentic percussion parts in this next piece, Fiesta Española.
Good evening. Thank you so much for your children. They have brought me such joy these last 4 days. Thank you for allowing them to be part of the honor band this year and helping encourage them through their auditions and just to do it. And they all wrote me some notes today that I got to read at lunch. And some of them were just so overwhelmed that they got into this honor band or what chair they were. And it's just such joy to work with them these last the 4 rehearsals. And again, I thank you parents for encouraging them to just continue to practice. But also would ask that all of these students, if they're 8th graders, please encourage them to go into their high school program because they have such great musical skills. And they will have a ball in high school playing their instruments and continuing on in music. Because music is life, right? Without music, where would we be? And for me, myself, you can see, I'm not that tall. I'm 5'3", and a half. And one of the things I was the smallest kid in school. In every grade until I got to high school, I was the end of the line, okay? But when I started playing trumpet in the 6th grade, and I got into middle school or junior high school, and then I got to high school and I go, you mean I could make music, have fun, and be competitive? I like that. And by the time I was in the 9th grade, I was hooked for life. And so for me, this is just part of it. But I had a great time in my own junior high school band, which propelled me to high school. So for that, I'm so grateful to my directors as well. And of course, too, I want to thank all of your middle school teachers. Can you give them all a big hand one more time? At South Junior High School, I got to sit in on all of the sectionals, and then we kind of ran the pieces to see how we were doing, and every one of them was teaching with such passion. Everyone, and they were so on, and the kids were so locked in, and they loved teaching music. So I know that music is a big part of their day. It's what they look forward to. So, and you have great teachers here at Anaheim Union High School District. And then, of course, too, I'm grateful that Dale Junior High School, I got to student teach with an amazing mentor, York Wilson. And also at Cypress High School with Darlene Hale. This is 35 years ago. And next year I'm going to be retiring in 2025. But I cannot believe, if she said to me, you're going to come back 35 years later, I would have never thought that. But what an honor it is to be here with you this evening, back to where it started. Back to where those mentors helped me. And so it just blows my mind to be able to be a part of that. And of course, this great district that is so founded and grounded in music. So again, you have wonderful schools, you have wonderful teachers that have such a passion to teach music. So you are indeed very, very lucky. And so, again, I'm just glad to be part of it. Do I get to introduce the last two, or do you get to do that? You want to do it? Because Steve probably has notes. Do you have notes? Come on over here. He did his homework, didn't he? Give it up for Mr. Graves.
Band concert went on a march to close, and so we're going to close with a march called Bandtopia by Matthew Putnam. Matt describes Bandtopia as a mythical land where bands practice and perform in great happiness and perfection. In Bandtopia, flutes never have an airy tone. Clarinets and saxophones always have a good reed. Trumpet and horn players never miss a high note. Trombones never get a dent in their slide. Baritones and tubas always sit tall, and percussionists never drop a stick. Well, we can dream, can't we? Bandtopia. On behalf of the directors and all of the musicians here from the Anaheim Union High School District Junior High Schools, we're proud to present our appreciation to Tom Phillips. Thank you so much for being part of our year and bringing so much to our students. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, students. Thank you, parents, for your support. That brings our evening to a close. Hope you have a pleasant weekend. Thank you so much for coming out.